Welcome to another Scratch tutorial. This is tutorial 9, the project in which you're being asked to write your name in Magic Marker using Scratch. First thing you want to do is go ahead and click on the link that will take you to Scratch. Make sure you're logged in. Next thing you want to do is click on the See Inside button. This allows you to see the view of the code that we have here. It also allows us to click the Remix button, which will change ownership of this project from mine to yours. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Go ahead and click OK. And now own this project. Now, the first thing you want to do is look at what this code does. So let's go ahead and play it. I'm going to click the Start button. And as you can see, it writes out my nickname. And when it's done, it hides the marker and changes the background color. Now, each one of these scripts is responsible for one of the letters, okay? And I've labeled it with a comment so that you know which is which. What your assignment is to convert these so that it says your name. So I'm going to pretend my name is Sam, S-A-M, for this assignment. And I'm only going to need 3 letters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything after 3. There we go. 3 letters is all I need. All right. So if I were to play this again, then it would say ROM. It wouldn't say the ES because I just deleted the code, and that's okay. So what I want to do next is I want to focus on just the first letter. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and unattach this broadcast so that when I click Start, it only focuses on the R. And this allows me to focus on one letter at a time. So let's go through slowly to determine what it is that this code does. So I'm going to unattach all this code, and I'm going to bring it back one by one and explain what it does. So first, it might be useful if I can clear this out. So let me go to Pen, and I'll just bring a clear out, double click on that, and that clears that out. So first thing I want to know is, what does this code do? It goes to a certain coordinate, a certain X coordinate, a certain Y coordinate. Well, if I double click on this, it goes to where I was starting my R. But I want to change this because I want to turn this into an S instead. So what I want to do is put the coordinates in for creating an S. So first coordinate, I think that I want to do is I'm going to make a blocky S. I'm going to start right here, come over to there, come down to there, come over to there, down to there, and then over to there. So first thing I need to do is get it so it can get the program so it starts in this coordinate right here. Now, if we look at this, we know that the X value will be -100, and the Y value, which is up and down, will be 100. So it'll be -100, 100. So let me just change this to 100. And now if I double click on it, it goes to where I want it to go. So I'm going to attach this. And now let me explain what this code does. This code will show my costume, will show my marker. If you notice, if I click on the costume tab, I've got a number of different costumes, okay? And I want to make sure that whenever the program is started, it shows the costume. So that's what that does. And then what this command does is it switches to the blue marker because that's what I want to use first. So I'm going to attach that. This sets the pen color, what it's going to write on the paper, so to speak, or on my screen, to the color blue, which matches the marker. This clears if I have anything else in there from a previous attempt, or if I stop it like halfway in between and it shows some letters, this will get rid of them. It's basically like erasing before it starts. This sets the pen thickness, the size I want. I'm going to keep it at 5. And then this sets the pen to paper, so to speak. Okay, so if I were to click on Start, you wouldn't really see it do anything unless I move this. You wouldn't really see it do anything except move. It wouldn't even move. Actually, it does move. It goes to this position right here and gets the pen ready. So yeah, there we go. We're ready to begin. So the next thing I want to do is I want to have my marker, make a line from this position to this position. Now, what I need to do is determine what these coordinates are. Now, we know from looking at this that this coordinate right here, or from looking at this position right here, when I place it on the line, that we know that the x-coordinate is negative 200 and the y-coordinate is going to be 100. So I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to say, all right, so it's already at negative 200 and the coordinate needs to be at 100. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to get rid of the negative. And if I double click on that, you can see what it's going to do. All right, so let me attach that. So it's a good rule of thumb. You should have the code that you're working on right here, and don't attach it until it's correct. So I'm going to bring that up, click on the start, and you see what it does. All right, so it gave me the first part of my S. Now, I have a pen up here that I don't need because an S, you keep the pen down the whole time. So I'm just going to get that out of the way for now. And this is the next bit of code I want to work on. I'm going to have my pen comes straight down to this location right here. Now, we know from its current location that the x-coordinate is negative 200, so that's okay. It can stay, but we're going to come down to y0. So I got to change this from 100 to 0. And then if I double click on it, you can see what it's going to do. It looks good, so I'll drag it up, I'll test it. All right, so we're in business. So next, I want to come all the way across, and so that'll be at this position, that'll be negative, x will be negative 100, y will be 0. So I'll bring this up, get this out of the way, bring up the piece that I'm working on. Whoops. All right, so it's going to come right to here. So what did I say? I said negative 100 is 0. So just got to change this out so it says 100. If I double click on it, see where it's going to go. That looks good. Now I can attach it. I can test it. There we go. So next, I'm going to come down, straight down to right here, which happens to be x negative 100, y negative 100. So let's set this to x negative 100, y negative 100. So I've got the 1. Test that. Comes down. Now I can attach it, test them all. All right, looks good. So next, I got to bring the marker from this position to this position over here. So we know that that's negative 200, x negative 200, y negative 100. So x negative 200, and then y negative 100. It's already there. Double check it. All right, I'll attach that, and let's see what we've got. And we've got our S for Sam. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to tell the program to put the pen up, and then we want to tell it, all right, we're done with this letter. Let's move on to the next letter. So the next letter is going to be an A for Sam. So I don't have an A, so I'm going to say new message, and I'm going to type A, say OK, and now I can attach that. By the way, I never changed this to an S, which I should have, so I'll do that now. I'll change this to an A, just so I can keep straight what I'm doing. Change this to an A, and now we're going to repeat the process and get to work on the letter A. So first thing I want to do is get rid of this broadcast. Well, not get rid of it, but just get it out of the way. I won't need it until I move on. And I want to now decide where I want my starting point to be for the letter A. I think that what I'll do is I'll come right about to here, which is, it'll be x negative 50 and y negative 100. So x negative 50 and then y negative 100. And we can test that. So that's going to go over there. Now it drew a line, but it won't once we get it where we need it to be. So if I were to now play it, you'll see what it does. The pen came up, then it came over here, then it switched to the red marker, set the pen color to red, went to where I wanted it to go, and put the pen down. All right, so next, I want I want the marker to glide up to this position right here. So that is going to be x 0 and y 100. So x 0, y 100. Click on that. Okay, that looks good. And then I want it to come down to this position right here, which is going to be x 50 and y negative 100. So x 50 and y negative 100. See where that's going to be. Very good. Now if I play it, it goes through, makes my S, lifts the pen, switches colors, and makes the first part of the A. All right, so now, next thing I need to do, I need to bring the pen up so it doesn't create a line where I don't want it to. Then I need to tell it where to go. I'm going to tell it to go right over here. That's where I want it to start my line for the A. So I'm going to say that's negative 25, x negative 25, y 0. So x negative 25, y 0. Here it goes where I want. Notice it drew the line. That's because this isn't attached yet. So if I play it, it'll do it correctly. Okay, now I'm going to tell it pen down because it's time to draw. And I want it to go from here to here. So x25, y0. So x25, y0. All right. Now, it didn't actually draw the line because this isn't attached. So now if I click start, do the whole thing. All right. So next, we've got our A. Now we want to write our M. Well, I want to attach this. All right. And let's see what we've got. Well, I had it. It's drawing the M in the same spot that the A was. So that it has that left over from when I had my name in there. So obviously I'm going to need to change that. Not a problem. We can do that. Let's clear things out. Let me unattach this and see where that ends up. Okay, so now on to the M. We're going to have our M start right at this coordinate, x 100, y negative 100. So I will be coming up here and set the first coordinate right there so that is x 100 and y negative 100. So that'll have the M start right there. So now, if I were to go ahead and attach this, broadcast so that it goes on to the next letter, hit the start button, and then you'll see that it, in blue, writes the S, switches to red, writes the A, switches to yellow. Oh, I forgot something. Okay, this could be a good teachable moment. What did I forget? Yep, I forgot the pen up. That's what I need to put right before the broadcast. So let's put that where it belongs. Go to broadcast, and now when I do it this time, and it goes from here to here, it won't draw a line. So let's try that again. S, A. All right, now we can begin our M. So if we're going to get it to actually write, we're going to have to say pen down. And now we have to tell it the first coordinate that we want. So I'm going to go straight up. So that'll be x 100 and y 100. So x 100, y 100, and that's straight up. So if I play it, got my S, got my A, at the beginning of my M. All right, so I'm going to have this come down right about here, about halfway between 100 and 200, which we know is 150. So I'm going to go x 150, y negative 100. So x 150, and then y negative 100. It's already there, so let's see what happens. Okay, that looks good. I will attach that. And we know if we press start, it'll do all this. So now I'm going to have it come up to this location right here, which is x200, y100. x200 and y100. There we go. And then the last is going to come straight down, and that'll be x200, y negative 100. x200, y negative 100, which is right there, and it's making a mess. Let me attach it, and then we'll play it, and it'll look like it's supposed to. Got my S, pen up. All right, got my M. There we go. And then I could tell it pen up, and then I could broadcast the remove background script, and then it'll do its thing. So now let's try that. And I'm still looking at the pen, so I think what I want to do is I want to hide that. So let me find a hide. Let's go to looks, and I'll say hide. So it'll not only will do pen up when it's done, but it'll hide the pen, so I don't see that at all. Try that again. There we go. And that is how you would do it if your name was Sam. Now, chances are your name is not Sam, but the principles apply. You just need to find the X and the Y coordinates and program them in to tell them where to go. All right, good luck.